everyone, welcome to Voltino. So today is another organized live and we are learning about Chrome. So let me show you. So we are going to learn about Chrome application, which is easy. And then Chrome dusting and sealing, which is very important. Chrome plugin, which not a lot of people still know the proper way how to do it. Chrome jipping. Yes, Chrome jipping. We're going to learn about that today. And then some Chrome layering. So we are going to do that with metal effect gels right here. All right. So first of all, let's connect to the other account first. Ready, Dustin? Okay. Tinovo Shop. Okay. Hi, Abby Rios. Hi, Way Hollywood. Okay, good. Okay. Okay. And finding my gloves. Alexa, turn on ₂-knot.
Up ₂-knot.
₂-knot. And today live will be the organized live, which means I will not answer to a lot of comments and I will not chit chat with the audience, so it would not cause confusion to the watcher when they rewatch it. Every information on that will be on that. I will cover everything. Okay.
You might want to ask Alexa what it's playing because you kept and it said something.
Alexa, play No Copyright playlist Pandora. Okay. So, first up, let's get Chrome application out of our way because it's so easy. Okay. So first of all, I am going to use Chrome base. Okay. Apply a layer and go ahead and put on a layer of Chrome for you. So Chrome base, and Chrome base is actually a top coat. But the reason why I don't name it Chrome top coat, because most people think that you apply Chrome and then you use the Chrome top coat to apply on top of the Chrome, and it's not correct. This Chrome top coat is applied underneath, and then you cure it and you put Chrome on it. So that's why I name it Chrome base. So some beginner, when they first use it, they will be easier to understand that you put Chrome base on, you put Chrome on, and then you seal it. So I have Chrome base. I cure for 60 seconds. Let me go ahead and put on my website first, ₌ᴜᴜ.shop. And then I will add kind of information just in case you have any question about shopping or shipping. It's 417-772-4020. I will pick out a Chrome colors. My favorite is gold, so I'm going to use gold today. My favorite is gold and my non-favorite is silver.
About least favorite.
Is Chrome base a must? I thought Chrome could be rubbed on anything, not anything, but it can be rubbed on in variety of surface. So I will explain this for you. What Chrome base is a no wipe top coat. There's two kind of no wipe top coat. There is a hard no wipe top coat, which is not Chrome friendly because the surface are very hard. It don't have any give at all. It don't have any grab for Chrome. Now you need a soft no wipe top coat. So this one right here, sanded. No, I love gold, so I'm gonna choose gold today. So sanded right here, I have it first, and it is a very hard no wipe top coat. And the reason for a hard no wipe top coat is I want it to be scratch free, so I make this first. But when you rub Chrome on it, it's difficult. It still stays, but it's difficult to be on. So that's why I make Chrome base, because Chrome base is a softer no wipe top coat. It's a little rubbery on the surface, so Chrome can stick on it very, very well. However, a soft top coat, when people go home with a soft top coat, it scratches very easily. So that's why I applied this on, I rub chrome on, but when I sealed it, I choose a harder top coat to seal it. So this is already clear for 60 seconds. Now I'm going to rub it on. So I'm going to show you the motion of rubbing it on. I'm choosing gold chrome at my reference. You can choose any color chrome when you practice. Now, before I started, I am using a lint roller. Okay, and I will tell you why I'm using a lint rollers. Let me go ahead and peel this off. Okay, so the reason why I use a lint roller, because I have a lot of chrome. I have like 20, 30 different variety of chrome, and I don't want to be stuck with like 20 or 30 different shadow applicators. I cannot keep track of all of them. So I only use one shadow applicators. And when I move on to another chrome colors, then I take out a lint roller that you buy at like Walmart or your local store. And I will go ahead and use it to take off my previous colors. Okay. So I'm keep doing this until I don't see any chrome left, or only a little chrome will be fine. Even if there is a little stain on the surface, just that your tool is completely chrome free now. Okay. So now I am going to use it for another color, but I'm going to use chrome. I'm going to use gold anyway. But that is how I use my shadow applicator, is that I only use one, because I only use one. Tia Deb, this I choose gold because it's my reference. I have a lot of color chrome, but this is not a design show. So remember that this is my reference. You can choose any colors.
This is for teachings for everyone.
This is for me. This is my choice.
Questions and answers will be at the very end.
Yes.
And also, Tara, who you're getting ready to make moderator.
Yes, I need to moderate Tara. So remember, no more interruption on that. Okay, now add Tara moderator. Okay, now I only use one shadow applicators. So now I'm using it. I rub it on. This is a solid chrome. I'm gonna rub this on. Now, how I'm doing it is I usually rub gently on the surface first, okay? Just to make sure that I cover all of it. Now, when I'm done, what you can see here is a semi-shine surface, and a lot of people just dust it a little bit. Let me find the duster. A lot of people just go on with a duster and they just do this. And then they put on top coat. Not like that. What I do is after I gently rub it on, I am also taking the shadow applicator and I am going over it again in small circular motion. And what I am doing is to make sure that all the chrome particle is nicely laying flat on the surface like this. And then after it's all nice and shine, I have to make sure that I go over very carefully, because what happens is chrome is flat particle that stain onto the surface. So I have to make sure that it adheres nicely and it's laid evenly. And then after I do that, see, it's more shinier now. Then I can take a brush and I go ahead and dust it. But when you dust in it, and remember, all questions will be answered at the end. Remember, this organized lie, I will not be answered to any question that you have, because I will cover it all in the lesson. So remember that, don't interrupt with question. Now, how am I gonna dust it? People most often dust up and down like this, or they dust across like this, left to right. And remember that if you go up and down, that's only one angle. If you go across, that's still only one angle. What I do is I go in circular motion, because circular motion cover all angles. It's cover about 10 different angles. It's cover up, a little bit to the left, a little bit across, a little bit down, all the way down, a little bit down to the left, slanted, across, and a little bit up to the right. So it's cover all angles. That's why when I do this, people think that I go up and down, but I actually go in small circular motion like this. Okay, so when you dust chrome, a brush that you use are very important to dust your chrome, because if you use a shorter brush, let me give you an example of a shorter brush. So if you have like a brush like this, okay, the bristles are very short. So when you dust your chrome, you can scratch it very easily. If you go hard on it, you can make little scratch on the surface. So you have to go light. But when you dust it and you go light, you're not gonna get rid of all the chrome dust. It's still gonna be on the surface. And if there is excess chrome dust left on the surface, which is very difficult for our eye to see, but if you have just a few crumbs that left on here, when you take out, you shine it, and you cover it, what happened is all that loose dust, it will be on the surface and it will flow up to the top. And that what make your chrome glittery, and you don't want that. So you need a brush that you can go really, really hard, but it doesn't scratch the surface. And the requirement of that brush is long bristle, because if you have short bristle, it will be stiffer and will scratch it very easily. You need something that have round and no corner, so you can sink your finger into it. See how soft it is? Then you need something that are not constricted. Constricted is when it's pinched really hard like this, where all the bristles are very close together. It can scratch the surface too. So you need the bristle to be well spread apart like this. So a brush that you use to dust your chrome are very important, because before, when I use a fluffy, I don't really point out much about the brush. I just told people this is how you do it in circular motion. So they go home, they dust it, and they say, Tino, sometimes my chrome is still a little glittery. It's not like mirror chrome. And I dust as much as I could, but I either scratch it or there will be chrome left on the surface. And I just tell people, well, just make sure that you go very thoroughly. But I have never once thinking about explaining about the way that your brush constructed. And what happened is I go to Sacramento in California, and I do a 2-day beauty show, and I forgot my fluffy. So I have to use this brush right here. And what happened is I cannot go hard on it because I scratched my chrome. So I have to go light, but it doesn't matter how long I do this, it's still very glittery. So when I go home, I have learned a new lesson about the brush. So that's when I pointed out for everyone that they have to carefully choose a brush to what is ideal to brush your chrome. So I go really, really hard on it, just like this, in circular motion, okay? Now, when it comes to dusting, I'm gonna show you this. I go really, really hard on the bottom, okay? And when I dust on the top, I take my finger and I cover the bottom. And I dust the top, okay? And I'm gonna show you why. This is an empty nail that I have. Right now, I am gonna take it and I'm gonna file it for you. Okay, file it. And do you see all the dust here? Okay. Now, I'm gonna dust on top carefully, okay, thoroughly. So now there's no surface on top, but you see it's on the bottom. See this? So I'm gonna turn it around and dust on the bottom, okay? Okay, now you see there's no dust in the bottom, okay? But guess what? It's flew back on top, okay? Because dust is so fine that when you dust on top like this, okay, look all the dust, okay, I am gonna dust it on top again. Guess what? It's clean on top, but it flew back to the bottom. Dust are so irritated, you guys. So what I did is I dust on the bottom, make sure that there's no dust in the bottom. Okay, now when I turn around, I take my finger and I cover the bottom, and I dust on the top. See, no dust at all. So that is the reason why for chrome I carefully dust it on the bottom, and when I flew to the top, I take my finger and I cover the bottom, and then dust the top. That's the way you can fully eliminate all dust. Does that make sense? Now I'm gonna dust it carefully on the top too. Okay, now I turn back, I cover the gap. With your client now, you don't have to cover the nail bed because there's nothing behind it. But on the tip, you definitely need to cover with your fingers. Okay, that is an important point to point out for you. Now, time to top coat this. Okay, so I am gonna take a top coat and I am gonna apply over it. And how I'm applying over it is lightly, because if you apply it hard, you might scratch your chrome too with a brush. So you apply it lightly, and you always seal the edge. And I will go over that in a few minutes. I will go over the edge. Hear this? And a lot of people told you to go over the edge, but a lot of people doesn't know why you go over the edge. So I will explain it in a second. Okay. Now, we are going to study about chrome chipping. Okay. So when it comes to chrome chipping, I need an example for you guys. And many people have this problem a long time ago. Before chrome become popular, a lot of people have problem with chrome chipping. So I will take this piece of paper, cut it out. Now, this is a nail base, okay, a foundation of your nail. This going to be your chrome layer. The pink is going to be your chrome layers. And then I need a paper towel. This one is going to be your top coat. Okay, this is your top coat right here. So the paper towel is going to be your top coat. Now, what happened is a chrome surface, okay, a layer of chrome powders. It is not gel. It's not acrylic. Okay, it's considered foreign material. No different than a piece of stickers. Okay, gel doesn't stick on sticker at all. Gel doesn't stick on chrome. Top coat don't stick on chrome. It just lay on top of your chrome. So what happened is you have a surface like this. Okay, you put your chrome on all over this, like this, all over the surface. Okay, just like this. And then you put your top coat on. Well, what happened is the top coat only stay on the surface. It's not adhere, it's not melting in the chrome layer. So when your client go home, when they touch things, they scratch up that layer of top coat because it's just laying there. And there's your chrome exposed. And then a couple of days later, they chrome chip. Okay. And it's always start from the edge, right here, from the edge. So what happened is, the way you prevent it is you apply your layer of top coat on. Okay. Now, this white top coat right here does not stick to the pink chrome at all, but it will stick to here because there's no chrome right here. It will stick to here because there's no chrome right here. So what you do is you seal the edge. And what happened is when you seal the edge, you have fully adhered the top coat around the chrome So it's wrapping it, okay, together like that. But what happened is when people go home, the chrome is fun, it's nice, but then they will scratch, they will start scratching, okay? They will start taking the nail and they scratch stuff and they tinker with stuff. And that is a way of filing now. After like 2 weeks, they pretty much no longer have the stiletto. You're a nail tech, you know that you send your client home with stiletto, they come back with oval sometimes because they scratch. They scratch their hand and it's filed off that edge. So when that edge got filed off, what happened is now that layer that you have sealed is gone, okay? Now they chrome chip, start to chip. After a week, it starts to do this. And they're gonna start chipping. They chrome from the edge up, okay? So how you prevent it is that you use a base instead of a top, okay? On this situation right here, I am using sticky to apply it. So what happened is before I apply top coat, I apply 1 coat of sticky on this, cure for 60 seconds. Then I apply top coat, okay? And what the sticky does is like, it's like a double-sided tape. It will stick onto the chrome and it will stick onto the top coat. I will explain why in a second. But let's see, if there's no chrome on here, you take, I mean, if there's no top coat on here, you take sticky, you apply it on top like this. You cure for 60 seconds. I'm gonna make nothing else. Cure for 60 seconds. And then you put on shine. Let's make nothing else. Take chrome base right here. Apply layers so I can rub on some chrome. Now, why is a base stuck on chrome, but a top doesn't stuck on chrome? Let me explain. When people do natural nails, we find a cuticle pusher. When people prep a natural nail and then start to painting as a nail tech, okay, you should know that if after you prep your nails, if you apply polish on and top coat on, it will chip. You know that if you apply top coat on the natural nail, it will chip. You know that your color and your top coat will never stay on a natural nail without a base coat, because a base coat is a little more special. You see, polish and top coat only stick on gel. Polish and top coat only stick on acrylic because those are nail products. But polish and top coat would never stick on natural nail because natural nail is a foreign material. It's no different than a piece of sticker or a layer of chrome. Natural nail is organic. It has oil. Nothing will stick on it except for base coat. A good base coat, it will stick onto natural nails. So when you prep your nails, okay, you know well enough that before you put anything on, you have to put on a base coat, because a base coat is like a double-sided tape. It will stuck on to your natural nail if there's no oil. It will stick on it and will stay on for a long time. Then you apply polish on base coat. You apply top coat on the polish, and the base coat will be what keeping it on. It is the same with chrome. So why can you use base coat to put on instead of sticky? Because most base coat and most primers, it can bleed your chrome. The ingredient in it can be very harsh for your chrome. so it can definitely bleed it. So what I did, again, make sure that I dust in the bottom. Make sure to pluck my dust from getting back to the bottom. And then now, that's the top. Now, why can you use base coat? Because most base coat that you use, it will absolutely bleed your chrome. So that's why I use sticky, because sticky doesn't bleed my chrome. So I use sticky replacing the base. And what sticky does is it's also stick to your chrome surface, just like the way base coat stick to the natural nail. And it's very special, more special than the rest of the polish and top coat, because polish top coat don't do that. Polish top coat doesn't stick to foreign material. Polish and top coat only stick to nail product like acrylic or gel. So I apply a layer of sticky on top. Again, go very lightly. Okay. Sticky is less harsher for you. Again, when you apply sticky, it's still very, very healthy to seal the edge. Remember why I say the edge doesn't have chrome, okay? So that's why people seal the edge. So it can actually stick to the edge and it will stick way better. But in this case, sticky will stick to chrome very well too. So I'm gonna cure one layer of sticky. Then I put top coat on. Now, the layer of sticky have an inhibition layers that can cause your top coat spreading. So I use a paper towel with alcohol to wipe off the inhibition layer first before I apply top coat on, okay? Thank you. Okay, so I'm waiting for it to dry and I have alcohol ready for me. Okay, now, after it's clear, I go ahead and take alcohol and I wipe off the inhibition layer, because if not, when you apply top coat on, you can get like little spread and it's very irritated. It keeps spreading and spreading and spreading because of the inhibition layer. So make sure that you wipe up the inhibition layer of sticky, then you take sanded and you apply it on. Okay, that is a proper way to seal your chrome. And if you have clients that are very good on their chrome, see how beautiful it is, no bleeding. If you have clients that are good on their chrome, you don't have to do this. There is 50% of the people that when they wear chrome, they girly, they feminine, they doesn't they're not too rough on their nails. So in that case, you don't have to do sticky. But for the other 50% who are very masculine and rough and probably work on the farm or whatever, and they will scratch, they like scratch, mosquito, a lot of mosquitoes, they like to scratch, and they fire up their nails. In that case, you need a healthy layer of sticky. And remember, when you apply sticky, also seal the edge. When it like top coat, also seal the edge. That will maximum the amount of time that your chrome can stay on. Okay, now here. Now, I am going to give a break on chipping. I have to go back to the chipping, but in order for me to finish my chipping lesson, I have to teach you about chrome blocking first. So let's give chipping a pause and let's move on to chrome chipping, to chrome blocking, and then I can finish my chrome chipping lesson. So now it comes to what can I hear to chrome powders. What can I hear to chrome powder is no wipe top coat or any no wipe product like metal effect gel. Okay. Black and white metal effect gel also is no wipe. So as long as no wipe, it can chrome. But for everything else, chrome will stick on it too. It's just not gonna chrome it. Let's put on a layer of nail polish first. Okay, so I have on with me a layer of nail polish. And I have on with me a layer of matte. Okay, and both of these are not no wipe. nail polish have an inhibition layer, and matte top coat is not no white, it's velvet. Okay, so I'm gonna kill these two, and I am gonna rub chrome on it just so you can see. I'm very anxious about this lesson because I know that it will help a lot of people, especially people that love chrome work. It will help you a lot. So when you can eliminate chrome chipping, you can charge a client more money than you are charging right now. Because right now, sometimes you might have issue, but if you eliminate chipping problem, then you can charge them more. So I'm gonna put everything back, have my chrome ready. Okay, 6 seconds. Okay. Now, let's try to rub chrome on to the polish. Okay. Of course, that it stay on. Of course, it stay on, but it's not as mirroring. You can see the surface. See, it's not mirroring. It's glittery. Okay. Even when you truly dust it, it's glittery. And a lot of people doesn't know why. They say, why? It's sticky, right? It's supposed to be chrome. But what happened is a no wipe surface. It just enough. It's don't have any inhibition layer on it. It's just good enough that the chrome cut this into 4. Okay, imagine that each square, each chrome particle. And when I say particle, I mean like a piece of dust. Okay, a piece of chrome dust. So imagine each square is a piece of chrome dust. On a no wipe surface, what happened is, let me cut more to make it smaller. Easy explaining. Okay, when you rub chrome on a no wipe surface, it will lay flat instantly. And then another chrome particle will be over here, another chrome particle over here. There is nothing on the surface that the chrome couldn't stack like this. It's just lay flat because the surface is clean, right? So it's lay flat, and when you like really rub it in small circular motion, it get closer and closer and closer together. Okay, and it's make it mirror. If it's further apart, then it's not mirror yet. But if you really rub it in small circular motion like this, so you apply it on and it's just kind of like that, and then you rub it in small circular motion, and that's what causes the particle to come close together and make a mirror surface. Now, in situation like the nail polish, what happened is the surface is not flat. So surface have stuff on it. Okay. The surface is like this. It's not clean. It's have a layers of stuff on it. Okay. It's called the inhibition layers. It's just taken up that your chrome particle, it will not lay flat, it lay like this. Okay. Some of it will lay flat. Some of it will float because the surface is not completely clean, it's not completely flat. The surface have stuff on it. So what happened is not all of them laying flat. So you see this glitter right here. It because there is particle that actually it's like that. It's like glitter. If you put glitter on gel, it's not gonna lay flat. It's gonna stuck. It's gonna like build on top of each other. So it's kind of like the surface like this. Okay, onto the surface. So that's why when you apply on top of inhibition layer, it will never be smooth and flat for you. Now, on top of matte top coat is another story. Okay, so let's apply some on matte so we know that it's not good on stick sticky layer, even though it might make sense to some people that if the surface is sticky, chrome gotta stick on it. Yeah, it will stick on it, but it will kick on it. It will not be smooth. It will be cakey, and it still look flat because our eye is not fine-tuned enough to zoom into the microscopic level. But as I explained on here, this is me magnifying it so you can understand how it works. Now, on top of a matte surface, there's nothing to stick on, but the surface is not no white, so it's not like this. You hear the sound when you do that on top of this. It doesn't make that sound. It's the same on matte. It's kind of porous, which means it have a little hole on the surface. So when you apply chrome onto the surface, it's not gonna stick on, but there's gonna be dust left on it. Let's zoom in. See the dust? Okay, enough to make your life miserable. Because just because chrome doesn't work on it, that doesn't mean that it's not sticking on it. So now, if I have a nail like this, and if I want to paint on a butterfly, again, you can paint any design, but my go-to is butterfly. So if I want to paint a gold butterfly on, okay, I am going to use metal effect gel to paint on a butterfly, and then I'm going to apply chrome on. But what happened is, look at that. It stick onto my background. What if I only want my butterfly to be chrome? I don't want a background to be chrome. So what happened is I go ahead and take a buffer, okay, and buff this out. Now, if this gel that I'm using are a no wipe gel, okay, so I don't need top coat. But at home, if you don't have a no wipe gel, you put on your color, and then you have to put on like a no wipe top coat, okay. It's a chrome beige or sanded. You put it on to protect your color, and then you buffer it. And what happened is after I buffer it, chrome would not stick on it at all. Look. See that? Completely clean. Okay. So what important is when you buff it, your surface have to be shiny, because now I know that I already buff it over here. Okay. So I can buff it over here and I can check. Okay, how am I going? How am I doing? Okay, so I have some shine left on here, right? So I buff that out too. So I have to make sure that everything is completely buffed to make sure that the surface is completely chrome free. Okay, so I buff it all out. So now chrome doesn't stick on it, but you see, sometimes you have little spot left that are shiny. And when you have little shiny spot, when you rub your chrome on, this is me testing, you can see a little shine spot. So when you first beginning to do this, you need to test. After you buff, you rub on chrome so you can see if it stick on or not. This is for beginners. And if there is a little speck stick on it, okay, you can see a little speck right here. If there is a little speck that stick on it, you can take a buffer and just buff off that speck, and you're done. Now, if you have a surface that are matte, it will be very difficult for you to buff, because people think, oh, well, you have matte and your chrome doesn't stick on. Can I just put on a matte top coat? No, this is a buff surface. It's different. So when you have a matte surface, what happened is when I buff it, I have no idea. I have no idea where I already buffed and where I haven't buffed. I have no clue. So I just there and I forever buff it, and it's like buffing blindly, because you have no idea. You don't have any sense of direction. So matte is a no-no. You have to put on shine and then buff the surface. Now, we now have a top coat called a Teflon matte. And a Teflon matte top coat doesn't stick onto chrome, and it doesn't stick onto pigment powder neither. So it's a top coat that resists to all powders. Chrome pigment, it doesn't stick on it. It's completely stainless. So I'm gonna put on the surface of Teflon matte, but I showed you the buffing just in case. If you don't have the Teflon matte, you still can do this design. You just have to work a little bit. Okay, buffing is what we do before we have this unique product right here. all we do is buffing. Every time that we don't want to serve it to be chrome free, we put on the top coat and then we buff. But now I have Teflon mat. I no longer need to do that. I just take my Teflon mat out. See, I have two mats. This is matted. And matted is opposite. Matted love powder. Matted love chrome, and matted is love pigment. I use it to adhere pigment all the time in matted. So matted is a matte top coat that like to absorb, where Teflon is a matte top coat that resists. It doesn't absorb. It's like, oh, I don't like anything. Like matted are friendly. It love chrome. Oh, it's like, I want to stuck on you. I want to stick on you. But Teflon matte is like, I don't like anything. Don't touch me. Like, get away from me. Don't touch me. That is Teflon matte right here. So I am using Teflon matte on this surface to make it completely chrome free. But remember that if you don't have matte surface, if you don't have Teflon matte, you have to make sure that you put on some top coat and then you buff. Some shine top coat, remember, not matte top coat. Shine top coat and then buff. But I have Teflon matte, so I'm gonna cure it for 60 seconds and I'm good to go. Okay. So I'm gonna put my Teflon mat right here just to remind you that our life is better now because we have products that are fixing that problem. Now, I'm gonna design a butterfly. So I'm gonna take it and design it on. Now, when it comes to all gel usage, you have to know that if it doesn't mean to be embossed, then you don't emboss it. A nail surface is nice and flat. Everything that is drawn on a nail surface have to be flat. That is a golden rule of our word, of our nail word, the beauty words. From the moment that you started school until now, you know the main principle on whatever on nail, it has to be flat, top coat on flat. The only time that it's raised and embossed is if the product is built for it. So most of the time when people apply metal effect gel, they see how smooth and opaque it is. So they think that they can just take a brush like this and they can just whip up like a nice rich layer of gel, and they can just like lathers on right here. And the more embossed it looks, the more they love it. They're like, oh my God, this chrome gonna be amazing. But you see, this gel, it doesn't make for emboss. So what happened, and when you do this, is that it's not going to cure correctly. I'm going to cure it, and I'm going to show you what happened. I'll cure this layer right here. I'm very anxious about this lesson because it can make a lot of people, it can change a lot of people's life, nail life. Okay, so I'm going to put my metal effect back. Now, how gel cure if the gel doesn't meant to be embossed, especially gel that are really opaque or black gel, how it's cure is the surface will be frozen like a lake, but only the surface, because if it frozen to a certain level, if the level of pigment in that gel is way too rich, the light not going to be able to pass through that frozen layer. And what happened is in the bottom, they're going to be like wet gel going around in the bottom that we cannot see. We thought that this is completely clear. We thought that this is completely chrome. Okay. And when people see the embossed level, they're like, oh, I love it so much, it's so sexy. But you see, what happened is only the top here, if I take a tool or my fingernail, if I poke it, look, you see the bottom is still wet. And when you dig on it, there'll be wet black gel underneath. So most of the time, people see how perfect it is. They put on top coat, they sealed it, they might still get away with it. But if your client is rough and they bump their nail on here, what happened is they're going to pierce through that layer of top coat and they are going to destroy the chrome. Okay, what I mean? So the way you apply this is decent but not thick. And how you can test it is by poking it like what I just did. So I am going to make a butterfly for you to see. So With this precaution, you only need to be aware of this when you work with black gel product. With white gel, the same thing might be able to happen, but you see all pigment light can pass through it very well, except for black, because black is very strong pigment. It's very opaque. White, you might still able to put it a little thick, not on purpose. Okay, just accidentally put it a little thick, then still you've been forgiven. But this, you have to be well aware. With black gel, you have to be well aware. And the black gel that I made are very pigmented, and it make it that way. So when you apply on, when you draw like a thin line on, you still can see it. Because if a black gel that are not pigmented, when you draw a line on, you're not going to see anything. Then you have to apply again and again for you to see it well. Or you might have to like try to apply it really thick and put on top coat, and your design going to be bumpy. So that's why this gel is very opaque. For you to apply thin stroke, and you will be able to see your design. Let's go ahead and draw a butterfly and then chrome it. Okay, roll it in. Okay, a butterfly pattern. Again, I have many patterns, but I always do the butterfly when I demonstrate chrome, because I love butterfly, I love gold. You can do whatever you want, but I love butterfly, I love gold. Okay, now take some colors, some metal effect gel. Okay, it's my first product. It's metal effect. It's built for chrome. A lot of no white gel cannot heal chrome, like my art gel cannot heal chrome. But the metal effect is very good for chrome. It's very shiny. Okay, the bottom too. So when it comes to line, it is easy to do thin stroke. Most gel pen are built for line. You can use it for fill in too, but you have to be careful when you fill in. So let's go ahead and fine tune this outside a little bit more. Now, I want to fill in the inside. Now, when it comes to filling, you have to be careful, because filling, you can easily thicken up your gel very fast. So what I do is, I have some gel right here, and I'm going to take a brush. See, not a lot of gel on my brush. I'm going to take it and I'm going to spread it out. But remember that this gel are very opaque. It can be spread out. See how thin it is, but how opaque it is. It's very opaque. So you don't need to apply it thick. You can just take a brush and you can just stroke it out like this. Spread out thin. Okay. And then in some situation, if your surface is way too big, then you can take a filler brush. A filler brush is a small square brush. Okay, it's square, it's flat like this. And what happened is you can take that and you can stroke it in like a polish, gel polish bottle. So I am taking some metal effect gel out, stroke it on here, and then stroke it on. See how thin it can make it? See that? So the stroke brush can apply it really, really thin. And for fill in with gel pen, I like to use stroke brush. Because stroke brush, gel pen or thickers, stroke brush can make sure that it can spread out very well. I use pointy brush for gel polish. Gel polish, I like use pointy brush because I don't stroke. Polish, I go in circular motion. For gel pen, I like to stroke because that's what makes gel pen smooth. It's by stroking it and not going twirl around in circular motion. So I am gonna take this and I am going to cure this. Okay, let's cure this. And then I'm gonna crump it, okay? After I crump this, I am going to go back to the chipping. Okay, so I have my gold chrome out. I always have my gold chrome with me. I have all the color out there, blue, red, purple, just for everyone. There's people that love blue, there's people that love red, Tino love gold. That's my color, gold. There's people that love silver. I have choices for everyone. Whatever your taste is, I have it. Mermaid, there's people that like sheer chrome. I have sheer chrome. I have galaxy chrome. Just whatever you choose. But I love gold. Gold is my things. Okay, now let's go ahead and wrap it on. Yeah, just so not blurry. Screen is a little blurry for some reason. Okay. Now wrap it on. Do you see how clean the background is? So that is how you block your chrome from sticking onto the background. Is that you put on Teflon mat again, or you buff your surface like I just showed you. Okay, so you rub it on, and yes, still remember that it just stay on the chrome glitter. It just stay on the surface. You have to go small circular motion for all the pieces, so you can rub all the pieces out so it can lay next to each other to create a mirror surface. Okay, so this is not enough. Small circular motion. Okay, and before you apply chrome on, you can also test it. You can also, ooh, there's black gel here. You can also test it by poking it. Sorry, my camera. Okay, you can also test the surface by poking it. Okay, and if it's completely solid, then that means you're good to go. Okay, complete, especially in layer like this, you have to really poke it to make sure that it's completely solid. Have to make sure that everything is solid. Now, if you have like one little spot, two little spots that are a little squishy, it's okay. You can get away with it. Just make sure that it's not everything is squishy. Okay, just a little bit of squishy, that's okay. That's good. When you cover and seal it, you're good to go. Okay, so make sure that everything is solid, and you do it before you apply chrome, so you can see. Okay, so that is how you test your level is. But the people doesn't know where they level is. Sometimes people think they apply it thin, but for beginner, how do you know? How do you know that you apply really thin? You have to test it just to see if your gel is squishy. That means you're too thick. So you have to practice more on your thinness. Okay, that is how, and that just not go for chroming. It go for everything. That is a golden rule of nails. It's the moment you apply something on the surface, you owe it to the people to make it flat. That is the golden rule. That is what you must do always. Everything on nail have to be flat at all. But if it raised, if it embossed, then it's meant to be embossed. But if not, everything else have to be super flat. So I completely dusted. There's look spot right here needs to be chrome. Okay, now remember when you dust it, you go hard, okay? And you need a brush that allow you to go hard. Because if a brush that you go hard like that and it scratches the chrome, it's not an ideal brush. You cannot just sit there and gently rub and dust your chrome dust out. You cannot do that. You have to be aggressive. You have to make sure that all dust is gone. Even in the bottom of the nails, chrome dust are contagious. It can fly anywhere. You have to make sure that everything is nice, okay? And then you can top coat on. But you see, another thing about this, a lot of people like to do this. They have matte on, they have design on, they have chrome on, and they think that if they have some top coat like this, they think that they can just take this top coat and do this. Clean this up a little bit. They think that they can take this, take in top coat and do this. They think that they can take top coat and trying to seal the chrome like this, okay? And I tell them they can't do that, and they don't know why. Why can't I just seal the chrome design? I already showed them. I already showed you at the beginning. This is a nail surface. This is the chrome layers, okay? This is a chrome design, okay? And if you take some top coat, which is a white paper towel that I'm using, if you take some top coat and you're trying to seal just the chrome, you're trying to seal just the chrome, what happened to it? It's just laying on top of the chrome, and I explained you before, top coat don't stick the chrome, it's just laying on there. So if you take the top coat and you sealing your chrome design like this, what happened when they go home? They scratch that off. There your chrome right there, vulnerable. So if you choose to do that, which I not recommend, but if you choose to do that, you cannot just apply directly on the chrome design. You have to go a little more out, like this. There have to be a little top coat of the design so it can adhere onto this surface, and it can adhere onto this surface. So it can wrap your design in the middle. Do you see? So if you choose that route, then this is what you must do. The top coat that you put on cannot just stay directly on the chrome. It has to be a little over, it have to be a little out of line, so it can grab onto the new surface. If that makes sense. See that? It's out of line a little bit on both sides, so it can grab onto the new, so it can wrap your chrome in. Okay, but this is my way. And this is due to what kind of chrome you're using, because it's very important to use a small particle chrome. So when you apply matte on, it doesn't ruin your chrome. Okay, so I'm gonna take matte and I'm gonna apply it on. Matte, a Teflon matte is good, both of them. Okay, so with this design, this is what I do. I take matte, apply on everything. Okay, everything here. That way, this is your chrome. Your matte, just like your top coat, going to cover everything. So it will stick on this, all this space right here are friendly for top coat. It will stick onto all of this. So now you don't have to worry about chipping, none. So now you can shine back the chrome. Okay. So now top coat adhere to this, it adhere to this, it adhere to this, it adhere to this space. Any space that doesn't have chrome, top coat is on. So now you're safe. You're good to go. Okay. So now what you do is you take top coat, shine top coat, and you trace back to the chrome. So this is the second reason why this way is super effective. Number one is completely sealed now. You don't have to worry. Number two, when you put shine on something, you already know that this already have shine on. Okay. So you know that that part is done. Now you should say, oh, I have this still. Let's put some shine on. I have this. See that? Now, can you imagine on the chrome that are unsealed, haven't sealed yet, and you're trying to do that? You're not going to see where you have top coat on and where you're not, because everything is shiny. But this, everything is matte. So now you know which part you already done and which part you haven't done. See how effective it is, because if your chrome is all the way shiny and you haven't protected yet, you're not gonna know. You're gonna be like, oh, did I do this part yet? Did I do this part yet? I'm not sure. Let me look closer. You see that? So it's very important that everything matte. So now I can see, and I don't even have to try to like make like top coat on like all of the chrome spot. I can do this. See, I can have a little spot right here missing, and it's okay. As long as it's shiny, it's good. So when I stroke over like this, I'm not really careful. I just touch it lightly and it'll be shiny again. See that? So that is how you have a nice set of chrome design, but it's gonna stay on until your client come back, and they will pay so much money if you can ensure that nothing chip up on them. So now let's go back to the chipping. So when I explain this, oh, this is not, where's my other nails? Okay. Okay. When I explain about this, about how when you have chrome all over your fingers and then you put on top coat, it just lay there. And when your client go home, even if you seal the edge, they're gonna start scratching and they gonna chip up that edge. Okay. Sometimes they do it polish too. People just horrible at the nail. Sometimes they chip up a little bit, polish at the edge too. They do the same with chrome. But you see, when that protective layer is chipped up, then there's nothing that drop in your chrome anymore, and it will slowly chip from the edge up a little bit and up. And sometimes people too rough, they keep picking at it until it's all come off. The only chip page is the edge. The rest is them. They're picking at it. They're picking at it because it's irritating, and keep picking at it, and it's all come up. Okay. The same principle do not apply to something like this, because something like this is only stay in the middle. Over here on the edge, there's no chrome. So with a design like this, you don't have to worry about chippage. The only time that you have chip it on a design like this is if your gel is too thick. Then it's like a little bubble, and when people touch it and scratch on it, it bursts. That's the only time. But for a full cover nail like this, you can have chip it, and it's always come from the edge. That's why I apply sticky first. I apply a layer of sticky, it's stuck onto the chrome. I apply a layer of top coat to seal it. Does that mean that they cannot scratch up the edge? Yes, it can. When they go home, this already have sticky and this already have top coat. So it's gonna ensure that the chrome stay on and will stick onto the chrome. But when people go home, they still scratch, and it's still gonna, they still going to chip off the edge, just like this. Okay. But the thing is, it don't escalate. Whatever it is that they chip. But it's not gonna escalate, and it's not gonna peel up because of the layer of sticky. It's ensure that the chrome stay there. Okay. So whatever as they chip up, you're gonna see it. Okay. They're gonna chip up some of this. There you go. See, they're gonna chip up some of this. Okay. But whatever chip up right here is chipping up, but the rest are staying. So that's what sticky do, is that it keep the chrome on the surface. It keep it on, but that doesn't mean that you still can chip it, but it's not escalate. But for a chrome that doesn't have sticky, what happened is when the edge chip, it's escalate because now top coat is laying on top of chrome, nothing sticking to anything. So it's just like a big piece of plastic. It can just pop up just like that. All of them, they can just take their finger and take up the entire piece. Okay, so make sure that you understand that part and make sure that you know the difference between full cover and design. Design, you don't have to worry about that as long as you behave on the gel. You're not going crazy on your gel and you're good to go because the edge right here are free, and even if there's some line that touching the edge, still it's not solid like this. It's not completely solid, so you have to remember that. Now it's time for double layer chrome design. So I call for a chrome blocking. Now you know well about chrome blocking. The dusting, don't take it lightly. You know you have to choose a good brush for it. And if you are a makeup artist, where is, oh, it's right here. If you are a makeup artist, then you're in luck because this is like a makeup brush, okay? As long as it's nice, fluffy, soft, doesn't scratch the chrome. You run into your bathroom right now and get your makeup brush. Unless your makeup brush is more expensive than the fluffy. Fluffy is, I believe, is $19.99. Your makeup brush is like $30 or $35, then you buy the fluffy. It's cheaper. But if your makeup brush is cheaper than your makeup brush, but you have to remember that your brush you use to dust chrome are very important. And you learn all about chrome chipping. You learn why chrome chipping, and that is very important because people can just tell you anything, but you have to really understand why it chips. So that gives you a grasp, a better usage for it when you understand the detail, the reason why it chips. So you can maneuver it however you like. And I already show you the product that keep chrome from chipping. I already show you how to do design properly, and I already explained for you that you don't have to be like that on design. You don't need sticky when you do a design because a design like that is very forgiving. Okay, so now you learn about all the in and out of chrome. Let's learn double chrome layer. This is a little extra for you for chrome lovers. I have a new nail, and I am going to put Teflon mat on. Again, Teflon mat is what I use to make chrome not sticking onto the nail surface. It's new. I only have it about a month, but before that, all I do is buffing. That's my trade secret. But now I already have this product that make people life easier. I still teaching that trade secret because it's important that you know. Even if you have the product or if you don't have the product, it's important to know because it will develop you as a nail artist because you can take the knowledge and you can analyze other products. You know what I mean? Not necessarily chrome, but when it comes to pigment and all that, you can have a visual of how things work. And in the nails world, it's very important to know how things work versus just to listen of what to use, what to do. You need to know why. So I'm going to do something fun. I am going to do two nails actually. Okay, take this. Teflon mat on again. Teflon mat all the way on. Okay, this. Okay, so what is double chrome layers? So what I do is I paint the tips, okay? The whole surface is covered, chrome bit is all solid chrome. And then I have details on it and I chrome it. So it's like a piece of metal, a piece of like Baroque gilded regal design, okay? But when I do black tips and then when I do black design on it, it kind of look flat. It doesn't look really cool and embossed. So what I do, I use two colors, black and white. Okay. Now I'm gonna do white first on this one. Let me unbox this. Okay, when I'm unbox this, I always have a paper towel underneath. I don't poke little hole on my gel. I take a X-Acto knife and I just roll and roll and roll. And from here, press it out. There. Okay. Now, first when I open any bottles, I always give it a good stir. Just to wake everything up. Most likely I only need to do it once. Except for clear texture gel, I do it now and then. But for gel like this, I only do it once. Wake everything up, make everything even for maximum effect. Okay. Now, white metal effect, black metal effect. So one now, I'm gonna do white first. I'm gonna do black. The other now, I'm gonna do the opposite to show you the difference. Okay. So I need a liner brush. Okay, I'm gonna do white first. Okay. Pencil the tips. Then I'm gonna take a flat brush. Okay, now this one a different. I'm gonna do black. Clean my brush. Then put black on. I don't even need to dip it in anything. Just wipe it with a paper towel. Now, if I use black and then I use white again, then yeah, I might dip it on something. But white is not as strong as black, so I don't need to do that. Okay. Flat brush. Wipe this out. Take black. Always stroke it. That will help make it thin. You see, gel pen are not meant to do something like this. It's meant to be a liner gels, but you can do this as long as you use a proper brush, because if you take a liner brush and do this, it's not going to be thin for you. It will chip on you. So you take a flat brush and you stroke it so it can ensure that the gel is nice and flat and solid. You know what I mean? Always use a proper brush. So I have a black tip, a white tip. Now I'm going to cure both. Okay. Okay. Now, what I am going to do is I am going to apply chrome on. Now, when it's on white, it is a tint lighter than when it's on black. And when you do it, I don't have to do it all the way. Sometimes the nail edge is a little round and we will rub chrome also underneath. Don't do that. Remember about the wrapping, you want the edge to be a little free of chrome so you can wrap it nicely and safely. Okay, now dust it. Cover the bottom and then dust the top so it doesn't go on the bottom. Now, let me show you the difference. So this is white, this is black. You can see the difference between the tone. Okay, so now I am going to design Baroque pattern on it. Okay, I'm going to use opposite color. Black on here on top of the white, and then white on here on top of the black. Okay, just to show you that you can only do white first and do black. You cannot do the opposite way. At least it's not going to be attractive if you do it the opposite way. So this is white. Now I'm going to do black on top. Try to have as much thing covered as possible. It doesn't matter what you draw, you should do it randomly. It doesn't matter. It's gonna be chrome, it's gonna be pretty. It doesn't matter what's on it. Okay, clear this. Now, do the same, but this time white on top black. So this black underneath here, I'm gonna do white. When there is a contrast, people can tell the difference between the background and the design. When you use the same color, they couldn't tell, it looked flatter. So we're doing opposite colors on top. Don't judge my design, I'm just really freestyling through it. I'm just going crazy at it. See, this one a little thick, but it's white. Still not skills, but can get away with it. Okay, here. All right, it is time for the truth. Now, we are taking shadow applicator and apply. Where did I put my shadow applicator? All right, at this time. Okay, rub it on. Okay, let's do the black first. So this is white and then black details. Look how pretty. Just like one solid piece of metals. Rub it on, rub it on. And you already have matte on the bottom. And make sure that you go in circular motion, especially with design like this, because chrome, it will stick on to like, it will be in the crack of all this, you see. So circular motion is the best, because then that going to make sure that it's dig up all the dust, all the free dust. Okay, this is the black background with white design. Let's put some chrome on it too. Oh, this is actually really nice now. Because my chrome. Okay, let's see. Okay, so when I do this, what happened is if I start with black, it's going to be darker. And then when I started with white on top, what happened is the white is a little light. So when it's light, it doesn't, to me, it looked like a painting more than special effect. But to me, I love black I love white background with black design on top. To me, it look more real than the black with the gold on. Of course, both pretty. But when I do double combing layer like this, I always prefer to put white first. It's lightest, and then I put black detail on top, so it look more embossed. It doesn't look flat. Okay, even though this is still really nice. Okay, so now what I am gonna do is I am gonna top coat this. So again, put on a layer of sticky. Here. So this is not top coat, this is sticky, which is a base. Hear this? When it out, I am gonna take alcohol and wipe off the inhibition layer of sticky. Thank you. I should use Viva paper towels for this. Softer than this weird bounty paper towels. Okay. Oh, even cute as matte. Oh, I have white polish on it. Need a new paper towels.
Viva?
Viva, Viva. Is this one? Yeah. Oh, it even tried to stick onto my table. Sticky is very, very strong. Scary strong. But it doesn't hurt the chrome surface. Okay, now after sticky is on, even if it look matte, don't leave it matte. Put matte on it. Okay, now I'm gonna put some matte on. Now remember, sticky is on everything, so everything is sealed. This is just a cosmetic layers, just to control the look of the design. That's it. All the sealing is done. Matte on. So it's a nail bed, just like this. Okay. So remember, sticky are very important. And the reason why people cannot use base coat, because base coat bleach chrome. So remember that. Remember that this is why you sticky, because base coat, when you apply on your chrome, it can bleed your chrome. That and gel primer, same way, it can bleed your chrome. So you have to choose something that doesn't make your chrome bleed. Because it will make no sense to have a beautiful chrome design and put on something that make it completely glittery and unattractive. So make sure that you use sticky. And sticky I use for everything. Everything that I need to stick anything on. I work a lot with foreign material with sticky. It can apply on foil, flake, dry flour. Dry flour is amazingly sticky. Glitters, confettis, anything that you have problems sticking on glass. All right, so I am going to top coat this with just the tips. Just the tips. At this point, still cap the edge. It's very important still. I mean, you can just be a little ignorant on it because you already have sticky backing you up on the chrome, but still, if you have time, you still need to go on the edge like this. It's just precaution. The more precaution you have, the better. This is white metal effect gel and then black metal effect gel design on. And this is black first with metal effect gel and then white on. You can use either way, but to me, when the white on top of the black, the white is a little light, so it doesn't look real. It should look like a design floating on the surface. So I prefer the white first and then black design on top. I prefer in that orders. All right. So here it is. Let me zoom out. Okay. Here it is. So this is white first and black design. This is black first and white design. As you can see the difference. See how light the white design is. So it look like it look, people when they see it, they might know my trick. When people see it, they know, they're like, oh, you have chrome on and then you design on it. Oh, okay. Because the white is so light that everything's still chrome, but they can see that it's a layer on top of layers. But when I put white first and I put black on, they always like, how do you do that? Is that stickers? Like, how? Is this a whole piece of sticker that you stuck on it? So I like the black on top of the white because it just finishes the illusion. So it look like a whole piece of metal rather than this. So however you like it, however you like to apply it. So, but the majority of this lesson is for you to aware of how you apply your chrome, because a lot of people doesn't rub in small circular motion when they done rubbing chrome on. It's very neglect. They neglect their chrome work, and when they dust it, they neglect it too. They just take a brush and fluff it through and think that it's dust free, and it's not. It's messy, you guys, full of dust. You have to go like this. You have to take the brush and go like this. See, hear the noise from it? You have to do that. So that's why you have to need a brush that will allow you to do that and not scratch a chrome. Because if you got scratch a chrome, you have to apply it on again and then dust again, just going forever. And there'll be no point. So make sure that you dust, you're not neglecting on your dusting. And now you know how chrome surface work. And I go to it one more time just so you don't forget it, because it's very important. You see, let me take another pink paper. It's very, very important that you know. Because I know that there's people with problem with chrome chipping and it drives them nuts because it's so beautiful. They just need to know how to eliminate the chipping. And just remember that top coat don't stick to chrome at all. Top coat gel polish, nothing stick to chrome. So it would just, see, this paper towel is a layer of top coat. It would just literally lay on it like that. And when your client go home, it chips. That's why it's important that you take the top coat, which is the white, and you seal the edge. Because this don't have chrome. This don't have chrome. See, the chrome layer is a pink. This doesn't have chrome. This around the nail doesn't have chrome. So when you seal the edge, it's rapid. Okay. So the sealing is important. But when they go home, if they too rough on it, they scratch the edge. They scratch in their nail and they fire up that edge, and now that edge is gone. So this top coat is just laying on your chrome. It can literally, the entire thing can literally peel out, the entire thing. So that's why you need sticky, because base coat is very important when you prep a nail surface like this, okay, if you take like a gel top coat and you apply on your natural nail, do you think that will stay on? You're a nail tech, you know well enough that you take gel top coat and apply on your natural nail, it will never stay on. The next day, 3 days later, 4 days later, it's peel off because it's a top coat. Top coat don't stick to natural nail. Same with gel polish. Gel polish don't stick to natural nail. Gel polish and top coat can only stick to gel product. It can only stick to acrylic. So with this, you need a base coat because a base coat stick to natural nail. It's built for that. It stick to foreign material. So that's why I put sticky on, because why can you take a base coat and put it on your chrome? Because most base coat bleed chrome. When you apply base coat on the chrome, it starts to shimmer and glittery right away. So that's why I use sticky instead of base coat, because sticky is still a base, but sticky is very forgiving when it comes to chrome surface. So when you apply sticky on, what happens is this chrome layer that are on the surface, a layer of sticky. Let me use a different color. I use green for sticky. So when a pink chrome layer stay on the surface, a layer of sticky, which is green, is on, and it stick onto the chrome, because base coat are just that amazing. It does something that no other gel can do is that it stick to your natural nail, and your natural nail consider a foreign material. It's not gel product. Your natural nail doesn't make out of gel. It doesn't make out of acrylic. It's made out of keratin. So for that, none of the gel stick on it but base coat. So that's why I use sticky, because then again, you cannot use base coat, because when you use base coat on your chrome will bleed. So I use sticky, and what the sticky do is that it will be sticking on this layer right here. It's sticking on it like this. Let me get a double-sided tape. You need to get a full visual of this. A complete visual of this. So what happened is you have chrome base, okay? So your chrome layer, it will stick on to the surface, and top coat don't stick on it. So top coat is just floating. That's why you need to seal. But sticky also do the same thing. Sticky will stick onto chrome. Sticky stick onto chrome. Okay. And then you can apply top coat. Okay. And when your client go home, of course they will keep scratching their nail because there's no one around to tell them, to make them feel bad about what they're doing. So they scratch it. I spot my client use a nail to open a UPS package one. And I tell her, I say, you're not supposed to do that. If you grow your own natural nail, will you do that? She's like, no, because it's my natural nail. It's gonna broke. I like, well, I make that nail for you, not for you to like open UPS package. I make that nail for you to create an illusion that you have long nails. So you don't do that, because you don't do that with your natural nail. So you just cannot do that, even if you have fake nail on. And that's dawned on her, and just feel all bad. But you see, with a layer of top coat stick on sticky, because gel stick on gel. So even if they scratch up the edge, and even if they scratch a little more, you know what I mean? Skip scratching and lower up the edge, peel up right here, along with a nail. Still, whatever up here, it's not gonna flip up like that. No, it's gonna stick. All the layers stick together. Whatever chip up is chip up. Whatever they scratch up is scratch up. But it's still gonna be like that. So your client might come back with just a little chip at the tip. That would be perfectly normal, because they're not good nail wearer. But you don't want your client to come back and the whole thing come up. The whole thing, which will not happen in this situation, because stick to chrome. So remember that. Okay. All right. Time for question. I will give you 10 minutes for question.
They can mix chromes together too to get another color if they want.
Got it. Okay. Yes. So you can mix chrome together. I will show you how. Oh, well, I need to show you chrome ombre and everything. Oh, this will be another lesson. gonna pick up some gel colors and I'll show you. This to be another lesson. Okay. So let's take some now out. Thank you. Thank you for asking that. I forgot about it, but let's learn how to mix chrome and then learn how to ombre chrome also. When you, I hope that when people replace it, if they haven't watched this live, they don't X out too quick, because when they get to this point, that's when they X out. But I hope they don't miss this lesson also. Also very important too. Okay, so when you're mixing chrome, and before I like to mix it on my skin, okay, because chrome doesn't do bad on my skin. It's not chemical, but you can also do it on paper towels. Okay, to depend. Like if you work in a high-end salon, you can take a paper towel and you can do this, so your client doesn't judge you. Okay, you can mix it together. Okay, even though I shouldn't take blue and mix it gold. What am I thinking? Rose. Okay, rose and gold would be better. Okay, you can mix that. Let's do it on my skin. I can see on my skin. People do it with makeup and all that too. Chrome is just like makeup. Or I do it on like here. And because I watch my girlfriend, every time she put on eyeshadow, she always do it on this part, like eyeshadow and foundation. So I watch it, and when I do chrome years later, I remember what my girlfriend did. Not my girlfriend, like girlfriend, but my friend who is a girl. And I remember Mia, she did that, and I like, oh, I gotta do what Mia did. So that's why I started to do it on my hand like this. But you can mix them together and you can use them on your nails. Also, I have I need to top coat this, and I will teach you how to ombre chrome. But I need another lesson on chrome ombre, which is a quickie, because I forgot and I ended too quick, and I don't want people to miss out on chrome ombre. Hear this. Ombre. Okay, let's mix gold and blue together. Okay. And again, I only use one colors, one applicators. I don't need a whole bunch. It's messy to have a whole bunch. Before I keep a whole bunch, I have to keep track of it. When I'm working, I don't have time to keep track of which applicator go with which chrome. So I'm just taking a lint roller. I'm just doing this. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Okay. Let's you go. Okay. So go chrome. Now I'm gonna ombre this. So half the nail gonna be gold, half the nail gonna be blue, but it's gonna fade into each other's. First, you need to make a solid spot first. So from here to here, gonna be solid for me. Not to half the nail, just almost half, completely solid. You know, well enough that you have to rub it again. Okay, so when you rub it, it's completely solid, right? But the next part, you need to ombre this chrome out so the blue can blend. Because if you do like this and you put on blue, it just half and half. It's unattractive. So how do you ombre this chrome? You cannot rub. If you rub, it will become solid. So what happened is you take chrome and you dab it. When you tap it, it's some of it will stay on, some of it will not, because it's very light. Okay, so you completely pat this part. Okay, and then when you go down, remember, tap it lightly and keep your eye on it to make sure that you not tap it too much. Okay, so this part, tap a little bit. Okay, so when I go down, I'm gonna tap it less. It's gonna be less and less and less, lighter tap. Okay, so this will help you make the ombre. by tapping it. Okay. Now, stop right here. So you see the ombre, but it's not done. What happened is the part that you tap, it only stay on the surface lightly. If I take this brush and I dust it, I'm gonna dust some of that out. It's very light because you're not rubbing it, so it's not really adhering on the surface. It's just sort of laying on the surface. Okay. So what happened is when I do blue, I cannot rub it because if I take a blue layer and I rub this, what happened is I will rub the chrome and it's gonna shift it. It's not gonna be ombre anymore. It's gonna be weird. So let's switch to blue and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna rub it. Okay, now if I take this and if I rub it on here, you're gonna be in trouble. Because now your blue, before it's even at here, you're gonna ship this beautiful ombre. Look at this gold ombre. It is actually beautiful because of you tapping it. So when you put it on, to able to protect this beautifulness, you have to tap it also. Is this blue? Tap it on also. Just to make sure that the blue is on before you even rub it. See that? You tap it on and you can go up here because wherever the solid chrome, blue cannot be on it. It can only be on wherever there's like half and half. But this part down here, the gold, it just lightly dust. It's not completely solid. That's half gold, half nude. So the blue can stay on here, but the blue cannot stay on top up here. But you apply on it anyway to make everything nice and even and cohesive. So whenever you finish tapping, okay, and you can even apply pressure just for you to press that gold pigment right into the surface. Okay, you press it because before you have to go light because your chrome, the lighter you go, the more faded it become. This blue you just fill in, so you don't need lightness. You can tap it really strong because you don't need to fade up here. It all been taken care of. You just need to fill in whichever part that doesn't have gold, so you can really go hard on it. Okay, and after you go hard on it, now you can rub it out. Now you can rub it out. See that? Rub it out. Just rub on it until it happens, just like that. And here too, just the tips, just on the tip. Just go in small circular motion. Yes. Oh, nice and pretty. Okay, now you can go ahead and dust it. Remember what I talked about dusting, dust on the underneath the nails. Then finger to protect the underneath. So when you dust it, it don't go back underneath. Completely dust free. So that is how you make a chrome ombre. And you can make 2-color chrome ombre, 3-color chrome ombre. I go crazy on chrome before. I make like 5 different colors chrome ombre. Because since you already know how to do it, it's easier than gel. It's either than gel ombre, it's either than pigment ombre. Chrome is the best way to ombre because look at that. It's so easy. So try that at home. You will totally in love with it. Now, top coat. So again, I'm not going to use sticky in this one because my clients are easy. They're not work in the farm or they're not build house for a living. Here's this. All right, you guys. Another question for me?
All right, everyone, get your questions ready. It's question and answer time. They had a bunch, but Karen has this bubble thing.
Okay.
So maybe I'm supposed to check the bubble.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Just Jay 20 seconds say Why does he put top coat on the brush? The reason why I put top coat on the brush is the same reason why after you wash your hair, you don't leave it dry. When you wash your hair and shampoo your hair, and then you should leave it dry and you go to bed, you will wake up with horrible hair. Your hair will be frisky. It will go everywhere. So the reason why I put oil and conditioning on my hair and blow drying it and just messing with it right after I shampoo, because when I wake up, I will wake up with silky hair. I wake up with wonderful hair. With my skin, same thing. When I wash my face, I don't just leave bare skin and go to bed. You wake up with snake skin all over your face. So what happened is after I wash my face, I put on a nice layer of pH balance. And then I put on a nice layer of face cream, Shiseido, and then I put on ice cream, and I put on lip cream, and all that, and then wash it and work it in my face, go to bed. Same with your brush. If you have brush like this, okay, and you go ahead and you wash it, so now it's not have nothing on it. And when there is nothing on it, when it's bad dry, and you leave it overnight, the same thing will happen to your hair and your skin. The same thing will happen to your brush. Your brush now will be brittle. You can use for like 2 or 3 months. It's give out on you. You have to buy a new brush. So when I work with gel like this, more often when I'm done, I am only take this and I wipe it just like this. That's why there's a little bit of gel on, and it keep my brush nicely conditioned. And if I choose to wash my gel off, then I put on some top coat, because the top coat will keep condition my brush. That way, if you bend your brush, anything happen to your brush, you can always bend it back. It nicely shaped. See that? Nothing sticking out. Tia, Deb say, can you use 2 different color chrome? Yes, you can. You can use. Oh, we answer that. We mix chrome with ombre chrome. When you use sticky, gel nail say, when you use sticky to apply foil, flake, or flower, you don't wipe sticky though. Why here? Oh, yes. So when I put sticky on to apply like dry flour and foil, I need the sticky layer, because if I wipe it off, there will be nothing for me to stick on. But the reason why I wipe it here, because when I put sticky on chrome, I'm not done. I have to put top coat on chrome. And if I don't wipe off that sticky layer, what happens is sometimes my top coat is spread. It have a little bubble where it keeps spreading and spreading. It's just based on the inhibition layer of sticky. And since I only use the sticky effect to adhere chrome, I don't need to stick dry flour on it. I don't need to stick anything on it. I just need to put top coat on it. I need to wipe off the sticky layer so my top coat can stay on smoothly and nicely. Bob Paul say, how can I prevent chrome from looking dirty after a few weeks of wear? Am I doing something wrong? It is not your chrome. After a few weeks of wear, when you, assuming you already top coat everything and your chrome getting dirty, it's because of the top coat. It could be a matte top coat. It could be a shine top coat, but it's just because your client might do something intensive like tanning. And you'll be kidding yourself when you say that tanning, there'll be something that proves the yellowing. Yes, that's if you use a better top coat, it will prove the yellowing, but not 100% proof. It will still change the aura of your nail slightly bit, even down to 1%, because tanning, what tanning do, it is job to make sure that everything that is in contact become yellow. And same with hair dye. You be a fool to think that there'll be something that completely proof hair dye. Yes, if you're a good top coat, it will prevent hair dye from standing it, but only to a certain limit. There'll be like 1 or 2% where it can affect the coloring of your nails based on the chemical that you use. Because what hair dye do is that it's job to make sure that everything is in contact, become a different colors. It's job. So if it's failed to do that, then that's not a good hair dye, right? So when your chrome become yellow, it's not your chrome. It's just whatever coat you use, whatever chemical you use that affect it. How can I prevent Daydream Salon say, did he use black and white for design out of the little black jar, metallic something, I cannot remember what it called. So this is metal effect. It down here the bottom, metal effect. And that one of the products that I use, that I hear chrome. And you cannot hear chrome without gel. Like any no white product, you cannot hear chrome, but not as well as this. This makes sure your chrome is nice and shine. So this called metal effect gels. Daydream Salon said, if you don't have sticky, can you use any base coat as long as your base coat doesn't bleed your chrome? If you put base coat on a chrome layer and it become like shimmer and glittery, then it's not good for your chrome. So if you have base coat and you want to test it, you feel free to test it. But if it bleed your chrome, now you know what to use. Base coat, chrome sticky, then top coat, no 괱ᴛᴜᴛᴜᴜᴜ. So a chrome base and chrome base first, and it is a top coat. The reason why I name it chrome base, because if I name it chrome top coat, people, especially beginners, they will be mistaken and they will think, oh, a chrome top coat, so that means I put chrome on and then I put this on. No, you put this on and then you put chrome on. So I call it chrome base because so the beginner can understand that you put this on as a base and then you put the chrome on top. So that's why I call it chrome base. So chrome base, chrome, and then sticky, and then top coat. How much, hand of God that say, how much would you charge for private online class? I don't do private. I don't teach just one person. I prefer to teach the rest of the world. So my class that I do for free, and I teach it for everyone. And I do have the interactive live now that once a week I pick out about 2 persons that go live with me, and that will be 2 of our viewers that have been watching us, and now they're on screen, and so we do it slower. We make sure that they are delivered at the end, and that's when the whole world can tune in and do it with us step by step. So that is as close as you come with personal training. But I don't do personal training because that's just really about money making. And what I want to do is to create as much nail tech as possible, create as much Latino as possible, you know. And so that would defeat my purpose. How Paradigm now say, can you explain the process of getting chrome lace design not to ship away? Could be not to chip away, which we already cover. When doing chrome lace design, you done with silver chrome. Should we use sticky for that type of design? Yes, and I did that too. As long, and I use sticky as long as the edge of fully chrome. If the edge, if it's a design like this, where there's some line written the edge, but it's not solid chrome, then I don't need to put sticky. A design like this, I just need to wipe on top coat and I'm good. Kristen say, do you have pricing video? I did pricing on my video now and then, but not all of them. Can you, and when it comes to pricing, if you ever have problem with pricing, you can depend on your acrylic rule. The acrylic rule are very simple. When you do a set of fill or a set of acrylic, you understand how much you charge and you know well of how much time it takes you. So if one of my full set, I charge $60 and it takes me an hour to get done with that full set, then now I make $60 an hour. So if a design set take you 3 hours, if you ever have problem with charging, you can know that I make $60 for an hour doing a full set of acrylic for you. If I take 2 more hours, I have to get at least $120 more. So that whole design set will be at least $180. And I say at least because you cannot compare a design to a full set. You can only compare a design to a full set if you have a hard time of charging. But if you're really good and you're the best in that design and people in that town refuse to go to anyone but you, feel free to double the price of your design. You don't have to charge 60 an hour for design. You can charge 120 an hour for the design because people are not going to go anywhere. They're going to stay with you. So feel free to charge at your value. But if you ever struggle of charging, that is how you navigate. It's how much you make an hour of acrylic, and take that and judge it upon that, upon the time that you take to do now, so you can get out fair and square. Doesn't matter if you draw or you do acrylic. As long as you know I'm doing my acrylic, I make $60 an hour. You gotta give me at least that.
So your acrylic work is $60. That's your minimum that you could make without doing extra.
Right.
And you should always charge your minimum value.
Right. So now if I spend an hour on design, if I spend 2 hours on design, if I spend 3 hours on design, doesn't matter. As long I get compensated for my hour. As long I'm not saying, well, design doesn't make me money because I do $60 an hour on acrylic and I only charge $40 an hour on design. You don't say that, because at least now you know that you get compensated for your time. You know what I mean? But feel free to charge more if you want to. Oh, honey, Yanel say, can you review chrome with silicone gel usage? Can we mic chrome inside the silicone too? So can you mix chrome inside the silicone too? I used to and I don't anymore, but that is another lesson. Yes, I will do noodle silicone soon, but that is other lesson. This is a chrome and gel lesson. It's different. Do you recommend applying chrome top coat on color gel without base coats, without chrome base? That is a proper way to say it. In other words, if base coat is needed for the gel to not chip, no, base coat is not the purpose of chrome base. It's not for the gel to not chip. The purpose of chrome base is for your chrome to be on a surface nice, shine, smooth. Yes, you can apply a chrome base. You can rub on chrome, nice and shine, but if you don't seal it properly, it will chip on you. So the purpose of chrome base is not to prevent chip. The purpose of chrome base to deliver flawless result. But if you apply on color without the base, the chrome will stay on, but it'll be very crappy. It'll be like this. And if you're not a pro, then you probably think that this is the best you can do. You probably get used to doing this. You probably just put on a polish, cure it, and then rub chrome on, and it's semi glittery like this. But you're like, oh, that's just how life is. That's just how it is. So you deal with it and you live with it. No, you don't do that. This is not chrome. This is ugly. Remember, this is very ugly, and you want it to be pretty. You need the chrome base, and that will be nice and shiny and pretty. Way Hollywood say, so chrome base, chrome, sticky, and top coat. Correct, Way Hollywood. Way Hollywood asks, when we shine matte chrome design, what brush is bad to stop the shine from bleeding on the mat? So when it comes to that, it's not the brush, it's the mat and it's the chrome. So some mat will bleed the chrome very well. Like it will bleed it all the way. My mat, none of my mat do that. And when it comes to the type of chrome, if you use chrome with large particle, especially like this pressed chrome right here, the particle are fine, super fine. That's why if it's shiny, you put it on, it's still shiny. But I'm sure you use a type of chrome before, especially loose powder chrome. You rub it on, it's super shiny. It's shiny. It's like drop dead gorgeous. And when you put a top coat on, every time it becomes shimmery. It because the particles are way too big that it's laying on the surface, and when you put the top coat on, it's flowing up, and there it is every single time. So it's good that you use a small particle chrome that will help prevent chipping. So when it comes to that, it's not the brush you use, it's the type of chrome that you have. What is sticky? Sticky is a very special gel. It's a base gel, and it's have a very it's have like a complex glucose derivative layer to it that after it's cured within the time frame of 10 to 15 minutes, it's super sticky. It's like a mouse strap, and it will keep everything flat on the surface. And I mean, dry flour. I have such a hard time sticking dry flour on anything, and sticky does well for me. And when it comes to confetti, that is certain kind of confetti that are hard, too hard for me, and it's difficult for anything to stick on. I have U glue, but who on the U glue when you work confetti? That is just going to take me forever. And acrylic, yes, you can stick something on acrylic if you control well your timing, because when acrylic is too wet, you couldn't stick anything on. When it's too dry, you couldn't stick anything on. It have to be perfect timing. So with sticky, you have all the time you need to stick anything on the surface. So what sticky do exactly what its name say is sticky. So when you want something to be sticky, to stick anything on, you use sticky. What can we use in place of sticky 괱ᴛ So again, as I say that you use a base, but remember, as long as your base doesn't bleed your chrome, that's why I use sticky, because I know that sticky don't bleed chrome. Can you use only sticky? No, you can use any base coat you want, any UV primer you want, but if it bleeds your chrome, then it doesn't work. Do you have 2 phones on your live? Yes, baby beauty. I have 2 phones and 2 accounts on my live. 괱ᴛʀᴜᴄᴛᴜᴇᴅ say, I always have problem with matte top coat getting dirty over time. And that is because you use a matte that are porous. And what's a porous mean? Matte that are porous is a matte that love powder. It love to absorb powder. So if you want your matte to not get dirty, then you use a matte that resist it to powder, like Teflon matte. Teflon matte don't like anything. Teflon matte don't like powder. Teflon matte doesn't like chrome. So Teflon matte doesn't like dirt. So you can use Teflon matte. Now, can Teflon matte still can be altered through chemical? Yes. If your client use like a hair dye, again, tanning lotion, especially one of those lotions that make your skin turn tan, like fake tan. Do you think that fake tan couldn't affect your nail? Oh, please, girl. Fake tan can affect your nails. Cigarette can affect your nails. Not only matte, it affects shine too. So just remember that you can use the best top coat out there to prevent those issues. But remember, it can only prevent those issues to a certain limit. Okay, so that is the end of my question list.
I had one real quick here.
Okay. Oh, I have more questions.
Let's do quiz real quick.
Okay.
I mean, when I go to top coat my design, the top coat runs onto the matte background. Is the brush size I'm using, or is it the application?
Yes. So with a liner brush, it's not proper to use a liner brush for top coat, because what happened is a liner brush is nice and long, and it's built for fine line. So when you put top coat on it, so when you take a liner brush and you smudge it in top coat, what happened is it will run down the surface, and your tip is still gonna be without top coat. So when it will affect your design, when you design, you have to like try to drip it down, and that's too much top coat. And too much top coat, it will run outside of your design. So the trick is to use a small brush like this. Hold on, let me find my small brush and explain how to apply too, because there's a way to apply it. Okay, so when it comes to filling with top coat, I choose a shorter brush. And a shorter brush is great at holding top coat. This is a 7mm. And when you apply your top coat, it just, see that? It stay on the top. So you have plenty of top coat on the top. Now, how do I apply it on? Obviously, I'm not taking this and slap it on. That is encapsulation way. And when you encapsulation your chrome design with top coat, guess what? If top coat is runny, it's gonna spill out. What you do is not encapsulation. What you do is have minimum amount of top coat like this. And then you just brush it on. See that? You're not filling it. You're not caking it on. You just brush on a nice thin layer so it doesn't move. Where a thick layer or too much volume, it starts to run. It starts to spread right away. So make sure that when you load in your brush with top coat, you have to stroke it out. And when you stroke it out, it's nice and thin, so you can apply on the design. You can paint on the design. You're not taking top coat on the design. Remember that. Okay, now, just say, why did he put top coat on the brush? Oh, I already answered that. Okay, I answered all of that. So I'm done with the question bubbles.
Bubble questions.
Okay. Do you design with top coat? I don't design with top coat because top coat number one is runny. So if I have like, if I have one line like this, can I see that line? Yeah, because it's obvious. But what if I want to paint it like hair or Medusa or snake? I'm not gonna see those transparent lines. I'm gonna go blind. Totally blind. That's number one. I couldn't see anything. Number two is, if I cross over, what happened is, it's top coat, it's cell level, it's gonna blend into each other. My line gonna blend, my design gonna be ugly. So when it comes to this, I don't design with top coat. Now with metal fat gel, if you want to be embossed, then yes, you can take metal fat gel and you mix it with another clear builder gel, like clear texture gel. You can mix it 50-50. So now you can do embossed design because now you have texture gel, which is a clear element and it's built for embossed texture. So you can mix it 50-50 and you can do as thick as possible. But you still need some coloring so you can see. Because if without coloring, you couldn't see. And it's best to use texture gel, because if you use 3D jelly, again, 3D jelly is cell leveling, is for encapsulation. You need to use something that a non-cell leveling is texture gel. And I wouldn't use Jello, because texture gel and Jello are both non-cell leveling, but Jello have 100% non-cell leveling, so I don't use it to draw. I do use it to draw because this only have 80% non-cell leveling, so at a certain level, it still can be smooth if you wait for it. When you use chrome, then sticky, then top coat, does the ray feeling go away because so many layers on gel. So that's when it comes to your application. Remember when I say that when you apply, you have to apply it soft and you have to glow over it. That doesn't mean you take top coat on. You just need to go slow so the gel have time to adhere on your surface. So even with a thin layer, you still can be fun. But the reason why people use thick layers, or when applied on, they apply thick because they're afraid that it's gonna ruin the chrome. No, you just need minimum amount top coat, but when you structure it slow and light, so your gel have time to lay on the surface. And if not, if you apply quick and not slow, what happens is you have missing spot everywhere. So now you have to restock it. So we will either restock it many times that will bleed the chrome, or they cake it on and it be on gross and lumpy. Look at this. Do you see any bumpiness on this? Look at that. All nice and smooth. Because when you apply on, you also have to take care of your size. And when I apply top coat, you notice I do this very often. Okay, I apply on. Okay, you notice I do this. I don't do this. I don't squeeze it in and go like that. Girl, good luck on that with chrome. You're gonna scratch that chrome right away. So light pressure, so you don't scratch it, and you go slow, so your gel get onto the surface. There's no missing spot anywhere. So you can move onto this side slow. So move onto this side light and slow. Now, at this point, people are ready to work on the machine. But you notice that I doing this quite a bit. I doing this, and I doing this. And people often wonder, why do you keep messing with it? The reason is I don't add top coat on the side. See, my brush is clean. What happened is I remove top coat on the side. So now your nail doesn't matter if you apply 10 layers on your nails. It will be thin and sexy. So remember that it's all based on how you apply, and beginner have the issue because beginner doesn't know how to apply polish on nail. People take it lightly, but polishing take about 1 or 2 years to master it. When a person that just jump in to a nail salon and work immediately and apply it on nail, I mean the nail that the people that get the nail done not by me but by someone else, and when show me the nail, I'm telling you, girl, it's ugly. It is ugly because that is not the shape. That is not square. That is oval. That is pitiful. When you take top coat and apply on a square nail, by the end, you want your nail to be square. If your nail is not square, you're failing at application, polish application, top coat application. People take it very lightly, but I say 99% fail on that the first year that they do now, because and me same way. The first year I do now, this is how I apply my top coat. First year I do now, this is how I apply it. Ooh, oh, the sky is the limit. Ooh, girls, here, oh, you know what? I need another coat. Ooh, ooh, no one here to scold at me. I'm graduate my nail schools. Oh, screw you, teachers. You're not here to scold me anymore. Ooh, here. You know what? It needs another layers. You know what? Oh, it's beautiful. So you see this part right here. At this point, this is a no for me. But back then, as long as the design is beautiful, screw the shape. Oh, this design, this chrome is beautiful. Isn't that right? Becky. Oh, yes. Becky said, yes, I love the design. Let's just seal the deal so I can go home and have lunch with my husband. Oh, Kia. And by the time it's done, to me, beginner think that this is beautiful. Beginner think that as long as the design is on, it's good to go. But no, look at that shape. It's no longer stiletto. You are owed it to your client. You are owed this to your client. This right here, that is why your nail until this day is $60 for a whole design and everything. It's $60. And people are concerned, I don't know when I get to charge more money. Well, girl, you better file that nail to charge more money, because this right here is not a $400 set of nails. This right here, I would say $40. $40, no tips at all. So the audacity to ask to charge more money, you have to make sure that they walk out with sexy shape. The shape are sexy, on point, like it's fresh coming out of a magazine. Okay, so that is when it comes to shaping and it comes to gel application. The way you applicate it, you have to make sure that you watch on your side. You know what I mean? So that's why when I apply it now, you always see me doing this. You always see me apply it on, and then you see this. But forgive me for not showing you the bottle, because you're on camera, you don't see everything. But let me scoot the bottle around so you can see the bottle well. What I'm doing is that I have taken back my top coat. See that? I'm not taking more top coat. I am, how do you call this? Scraping away top coat. Yeah. I'm scraping away my top coat so it's clean. And I taking away top coat on the side. See that? You don't see this often because you don't see the bottle often. But that is what I do. I'm taking it back, girl. I'm not adding it on. I'm taking everything back because the top coat is already on my surface. I'm good. I don't need any more top coat. So now I'm just taking back. And top coat are liquidy. You can never do this too much and there'll be not enough top coat. No, you can take as much top coat as possible as long as you don't care when you kill your screw. See, I'm taking back my top coat, taking back my top coat. I'm taking it back. So now look at how sexy the shape is. It doesn't matter how many layers I put on. One layer, put it on. Let's put on another layers. See, I can even lather it on like a crazy person. See, I can lather on like a crazy person as long as you take it back. I'm taking it back. And if you work with pigment or chromium and you don't want it to contaminate my bottle, then use a palette. I'm taking it back. Put it on my palette. Taking it back. As long as you take it back. Imagine how many layers I put on this dainty, pointy nail. But now it's still very much in shape because I take it back. I take it back. like here again, just have like 5 layers on it already. Put on Teflon mat. I put on like 2 layer of nude. Okay, 2 layer of nude, 1 layer of Teflon mat. Okay, that's 3 layers, chrome and everything. And mat on again, the 4 layer, and then retrace the chrome. I just put on another 2 layer. That's 6 layer on the nail. Look how sexy it is. Can you say that it's not sexy? With 6 layer of gel, take that.
Jamie?
That is why it's $400, because it's sexy. Because I know how to apply it and keep the shape well. And it's not because how many layers you have on, it's how you stroke it. Because a nail surface is curved, and when top coat is on, it will drip on the surface. That's where it's go wrong there, because you apply it on and you forgot that it's 3-dimensional. It's not a flat surface. It's a flat surface, the gel stay on forever. This one is a curved surface. It's gonna drip on the side. That's why I take it back on the side, because I know that it start to dripping. It will start dripping on the side. I most likely only kill 1 finger at a time. When I'm done with this top coat, this is her left hand. I put her in the machine and I do 1 finger on her right hand. I let her kill the machine. I take back my left hand. I move on to another fingers, because I know the top coat would drip, and that is the level of perfection that I want to get to. Is I'm doing it 1 finger at a time, and I flash cured it. So when I top coat on, it's only have 1 or 2 seconds, and then it's freeze. And when it's free, I feel good about myself, because I know it's not going to drip anymore. And then I move on to another fingers.
So a simple yes or no. Jamie, did we answer your question or not? Because I'm a little confused on how you wrote it several times. Just say yes or no, Jamie. Did we answer your question?
Okay. Should I answer everyone question? Do you remove sticky layer after applying sticky base after the chrome?
Okay.
Yeah, I removed that layer so it doesn't affect my
let's address her because she's asking several different things. So it's in their question was in the bubble.
Okay, the bubble. Okay.
Yeah. When you use sticky to apply foil flakes or flowers, you don't wipe sticky though.
I answered that.
Right.
I answered that, and I will answer it again. It's a
read the one above it, because she was.
Jamie said, but back to my wiping sticky, you top coat over foil. You top coat over foil flake, and sticky is still exposed. Where foil flake on, one bubble issue still be an issue. Does it make sense? Why I ask? Yes. Yeah, it does. So when I apply top coat over foil and over dry flower, remember that I apply 2 coats. And the reason is my first coat, when I apply over dry flowers, when I apply over foil, the first coat, the first top coat I apply, that's not a finished top coat. I apply it on and then I file it. So at that point, I don't care of what exposing, of what spreading. I don't care about it, because that top coat is not a finished top coat. So I apply over my dry flower, and remember I apply 2. So the first top coat I apply layer, that is for the sticky to not be sticky anymore. And at that point, I might have a little spot here, a little spot there. I don't care at that point, because I apply that first layer of top coat and then I buff it. Remember that? I buff everything to make sure everything is nice, smooth. And then my other top coat, my second layer of top coat, that is a finish. And at that point, everything is already buffed. Everything is smooth. Doesn't matter if have spray on it or have little bubble. I don't care. It's going to fill it all up, because top coat is self-leveling.
Awesome.
Sorry, I didn't read that question well enough, but I'm glad your question get answered now. Okay, let's see what else. Apply milky. Can you give some aftercare tip to say to client, please? Yes.
They won't listen.
It doesn't matter if they don't listen or not. You give them advice. If they don't listen, that's their fault. That's their fault. But first up is, if it comes, then I'll tell them right away that I am sealing your edge right now. And I take the nail and I show them, I say, look at this. And this is true conversation. And on my client, I only need to tell them 1 or twice. I don't need to tell them a lot, because they listen to me. I tell them, I say, look, you see this edge right here? Because a lot of people say, when you chrome it, can you chrome underneath too? I say, no. And they say, why? I want to chrome underneath too. And I explain to them. I say, look, the top coat is going to sit on top of the chrome. It will chip on you. Unless you want to chip, that's fine with me. I do it. But the reason why I cap the edge and I leave it chrome free on just at the edge right here, I leave it chrome free. Because the reason I do that, because top coat don't stick on to your chrome. It only stick on to wherever that doesn't have chrome. That's why I leave on the edge like this, so I can seal this. Okay, and then of course last time you have chipping problem, so I have to put my sticky on. Okay, I put one coat sticky on and one coat top coat on, and I still need to seal the edge, because what happened is if your edge is not sealed, the chrome will have nowhere to stick on, and that will cause chipping. And I tell them, when you go home, okay, remember that last time I give you stilettos, okay, and this morning when you come back, I don't see any stilettos, okay, I see oval. So, and the client were like, oh yes, I didn't know how that happened. Yes, of course you don't, but I'll tell you why. Because you love to scratch. Oh, I don't scratch using my nail. Yes, you do, you liars. You can scratch because you live out in the country and you have mosquito. I know you scratch because I'm a professional. I give you pointy, okay, and one of my pointy nail I leave here in the shell, and I leave a month and it's still pointy. The only reason why you bring my pointy nail home and then you come back with oval nail, because you love to scratch a nail. You love to work with the nail tips, and you scrap it, or you might clank it right here. See, clanking it, and that is what chipping up the edge. And that's why the sticky layer on, because your edge will have a little chippage if you rub on it, but the rest will be fine. So that will come with age. Okay, so make sure that if you want to protect your nail, you make sure you have a piece of jewelry. Again, with a clacking, don't clack, don't do this, because what happened is a nail surface, the nail made out of acrylic, it's kind of similar to the glass surface. Okay, and what happened is the structure of glass or acrylic is made out of different structures that are very organized. These are organized structures, okay, what I mean? And the molecules are bonding to each other in a very organized way. And when you go home and you watch whatever TV shows that people like to do this, and you do this too, do you know what happened? Do you know what happened when I take a class and I keep doing this over and over and over again? Do you know what will happen to it? It's not going to break right away. But what happened is that organized texture like this, it starts to morph. Okay, so your class is still the same, but now it's weakened because you keep doing this. So it keeps getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And then one day, when you tie your shoelace and your nail just pop up, just like that. Remember what you told me about? I didn't do anything. I was just touching my shoelace and my nail just pop up. Just like that, just pop, magically pop. What happened is you already weakened it way before that. It's microfracture. Yes, Carol, right on. It's microfracture. Most likely your nail already long gone before that. But it's still cling onto dear life because I do such a perfect job that you still seem like you still have perfect nail on. But you see now your nail is weakened from many of your bad habits that you did, that you don't know. You know, when you sleep, if you don't sleep like a lady, if you sleep like a man, and your hand is everywhere, bumping onto your bed, that you doesn't know, but your husband probably know, but you doesn't know. And the next day when you wake up and you tie your shoelace and it just pop up, it's not because you tie your shoelace. It's not because you just pick on the cloth and you just pop up. It's pop up because you weaken your nails. You have microfracture all over your nail. That's why it's break. So remember, I tell that to my client, and this is how I tell it. I say, it's okay, Kat. I know you couldn't change your habit. That's just who you are as a person. You are not like me. I know how to wear my nail. I'm aware of my nail. I deserve nail. You don't. I do it for you because you pay me, but you're not worthy. You know, your kind uh, uh, come from the farm, come from the wood. Your kind are not built to wear now. It's just that lucky for you, you have money to pay me, so I give you now. You know, it's just a fair chance, but you don't deserve now. So just deal with it. Just put up with it. You're not gonna get rid of. And she say, no, I'm not gonna clack my nail anymore. And I'm like, do you know how many people tell me that? Please, you're not gonna be able to break the habit. I challenge her. And you know what? That's the last time she ever clacked her nail. She never clacked her nail anymore because I told her that she can't. I told her that's just what you can't do. You couldn't change. And yes, she changed.
Because she was stubborn.
So, it's the same for soft gel extension. Since it's not a stiff hard material acrylic. Okay, soft gel is different. You can bend soft gel. Okay, it's different. You can bend it. Yes, it weakens the structure of the nail, but it will not break easy. It still can break. It still can break. And soft gel tension, the reason why I have soft gel tension because my client wear acrylic, and God forbid, but they are the first few visits, her nail are fine. She have really long nail. She come back and fine. It's because she waiting for years and years to see me. So she was a good girl the first few visits. But after this, guess who just signed up for CrossFit? Who just signed up for 20 freaking hours of acrobat, of running and jumping and mountain climbing? It's fine. You have a life. That's fine. But she will knock her acrylic now. And my acrylic, when I apply it, it doesn't break. My acrylic doesn't break, which a lot of people are happy about it. Oh, be careful what you wish for. Because guess what? Guess what? You bum your acrylic now. It takes the nail back with you. It don't break. My acrylic doesn't leave your nail. But you see, if you're not a good girl, you will lose your nail bed. And I have a couple of clients who lose a nail bed, and we have to wait. You say, I can only give you 9 fingers. I give you 9 finger. I have one of this ring that have little fake nail that I bought from China. I can put that ring on for you. Is that make you feel better? But we cannot do anything until your nail grow back. It take at least, so your nail is in your DNA. So when it's up, yes, it can grow back. Don't be panic. Don't freak out. It will grow back. But it can take forever to grow back. It's gonna take like 5 months. 5-6 months for it to grow back. So you're not gonna see me for 5-6 months unless you like 9 nails. So that's why I say I know what is for you. Gel extension is for you. Because when you apply it on, when you rub on it, only 2 things can happen. You either broke your nail, which is fine, you're lucky, come back and fix it, or see you next visit. Or if it pop up, still, the nail will be fun. Gel X is built for gift. That's why I use Gel X, because for people that love long nail but they're not careful with their nail, Gel X is perfect. Because if they broke their nail, guess what? The nail back is still there. See you next visit. You know, but if your nail back is not there, see ya. Whenever you have your nail again, then come and see me. But now, I'm not going to do your nail. You have nothing for me to put on. You know what I mean? And the shorter your nail bed is, the more harder for you to wear longer nail. You need a long nail bed. That's why Gel X extension is there. Okay.
Jamie had a question. If you wanted to do a Aurora type look with chrome in the middle, would you use the same process, tapping edge?
Yes, Jamie. But if you only work with one color chrome, then when you tap it, if you don't have another color to connect it, let me take this blue chrome. Okay. Okay, when you apply this, and if you want to ombre it out, you can. Yes, I'm glad you asked that. I forgot about that too. But I have so much to teach. All of this, I have to teach again because this is after hour, and people will miss this. I have to like teach this trick again. I just have so many things that I forgot. I forgot why I have. It's instinct for me because that's what I know. It's instinctive. But I need to remember to teach it. If you can remember for me a few important. Yeah, I don't struggle, so I forgot that. Okay. So now remember that whatever you tap out is gonna be ombre. But it just stay on the surface. So now what you need to do is take your finger and do this. Don't rub it because you will shift it. If you rub it, you press on it and you roll. And that will make sure that these layers that you just lightly tap is sealed in. You don't rub, you roll like this. I swipe a little bit on this side. See that? I swipe a little bit and look what happened. So you don't swipe it, you roll like this. So it's still pressing. You just press here, press here, press here, press here, just like that. And that will help seal into your chrome so you can top coat. Okay, any more question? Any more question? Yes, Emma, that tip is a gel X. I do feel every. Let me see. And it costs other question. Okay. Which one is better? Josie asked, which one is better to get texture chrome design? Oh, texture chrome design. Texture gel or clear jelly? Oh, clear cello, not jelly. Texture gels is what you get. Now, jello is when you want like special effects. You know, when you get used to your design more, especially for like embossed design. If you're into that, you have 3D jelly, you have texture gel. You get texture gel first, and then you work with it because texture gel is still a gel. You still can draw with it. You know what I mean? It still can be smooth. It's just not runny. You know, it's not run by itself. It stays still, but you still can draw with it. But Jello is an engraving gel. You use it for emboss, but you use it mostly for engrave because clear Jello don't move at all, so you cannot draw with it. You have to apply on and engrave it. So with clear Jello, you save it for last. You save it until you're bored with clear texture. You're bored 3D jelly, you're good at it, you have a hang of it, you want to explore for something more, and that's when you get Jello. But you get clear texture gel first. That's why I have first, so you should have that clear texture gel first. When you do that to your brush, the next time you're going to use it, it needs to be cleaned with alcohol, acetone, either way. So with acetone, if you cleanse it, you clean it fast because acetone will remove gel quick in an instant. But if you're slow, if you're a type of person that like to do this once and then two and then three, if you that type, and I know there's that type out there who are so slow, and if you're that slow person, you alcohol. Because alcohol it's harsher. Of course, it will take forever for you to clean your gel up alcohol, but it's safer. It's, so it should depend on you if you fast or slow. But there will be, like me, I'm not that type of person. I'm going on. When I'm going on, I'm going on. You know. And you can tell if you're a person like to do this. I call it chicken scratch. Chicken scratch. It's a natural instinct. If you're a chicken scratch person, then you're the fast type. Okay. But if you are the type person that are like this, and that are like this, ooh, and having a drink, and another one, and go back and look, and then another one.
Goodness gracious, Trinity.
Ooh, love your hair. See if it's perfect. If you're that type, and I know that type is out there, you alcohol, please. Don't you acetone. You're not deserving acetone. So let me see. Doreen says, so upset. I'm not getting notification anymore. So notification for months now. For a month now, we have our WhatsApp group. You obviously don't have WhatsApp group. Join WhatsApp group, so you need to join it. Instagram not good at giving you notification. TikTok not good giving you a notification. So I have WhatsApp group, and I have it for anyone to join. You don't talk in WhatsApp group. You just join and you just leave it alone. You put your notification on, but it's like a text. So when I'm on live, I go on WhatsApp and I text. I say, hey everyone, I am about to go on Instagram live, and your phone would ding and you have a WhatsApp text, unless you turn off the notification. You don't turn off the notification on your phone. On WhatsApp, you make sure that WhatsApp notification is on, and it will alert you just like a text. It will be ding, and then you have on your phone a new message from WhatsApp, and then you click on WhatsApp, and that's only me. I'm the only person, and then Tara is the only person. We are only two people that text on the WhatsApp group. Nobody else allowed to text, because that's not a group for social life. It's a direct communication from me. So my WhatsApp number, my WhatsApp number is 660-207-2440. But if you have my WhatsApp number, it still doesn't do you any good, because you need to join that WhatsApp group. So that WhatsApp group, that is a QR code for it. I can show you, and then Tara can show you. Okay, let me show you, and then if you need more help, then Tara can help you. Let me show you the group, the QR code. So you use this QR code to join. I call it, live stream. So whenever there is something going on with my live stream, I go and I alert you. If I say I'm gonna go live in 30 minutes, if I have technical difficulty, still I'm gonna say, hey, I'm about 10 minutes late. I'm gonna be a little late, and then you don't like wait on me, right away. And then when I'm on, I say, okay, I'm on now. So you see, so it's just like me texting you. It's very easy. Whenever I have sale, like a lot of time when I have sale, I post it on Instagram story, and then it's lasts for 24 hours, and then I post underneath the caption of my post. And I mean, who will read caption? Not a lot of people read caption. So when the sale is over and people say, oh my God, I missed a sale. I can't believe it. I didn't have any notification or anything. It's because you missed all the posts that I made. So with that, WhatsApp group will fix it, because I will go on WhatsApp group and it will say, hey, this is a coupon for the sale. And it will just stay on the group. It's just like a text message. And you can click on it anytime you want. So you can shop now for cheaper price, because now you can catch the sale. If I'm in your city, like I say, hey, everybody, I'm going to be in San Antonio next month, and I am going to demonstrate in nail technique all day long for 2 days. It's free, absolutely free. You can come and hang out with me, and you can bring recorder so you can catch anything that I teach, and you can go home and watch it later. Then you totally know, because I will alert you on WhatsApp group. So WhatsApp group is incredibly important, because that direct communication. Okay, so I'm gonna hold it here for a bit for you to look at it. Okay, I'm gonna hold it here for 10 seconds so you can take a screenshot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. What after 5? 4,
3.
3, 2, 1. My mind doesn't go in orders. Okay. Yes. Yet Leia Curry. Yes, I'm in San Antonio next week, or in October 1st and 2nd. All day long for 2 days. All nail technique, and not techniques that I teach on here. Fast technique, technique that you product. So remember, I'll see you in San Antonio. All right, let me see. Any more questions?
Thank you. Absolutely covered them all.
All right. I will see you later. And this post will be posted in like 5 minutes. 5 minutes it will be posted. I need to take a picture of what I do today. Chrome. I need to take a picture of Chrome. All right. Aw, thank you. Nails by Sandra. You charge for fix broken nail? No, Lisa, I don't. I don't charge for broken nails. My nail work, I charge a very reasonable price. About 400, 500. When they broke, it's insurance. I take insurance from it. Unless it's like 2 weeks already, then there should be no insurance. But still, I mean, if you broke, drop by and I take care of that for you. But it not mean any time because I work constantly. So whenever they have broken nail, there is specific time they come by. So it's a little inconvenient. So they not broken the nail on purpose and come in. All right. All right, everyone. I'm out of here. I will see you later. I see you Monday for more live. And I will text you on WhatsApp. Bye-bye, everyone.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.